What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 72 DPI online channel. It has been a long time since we uploaded a video. Actually, looking back, it's about September, mid-September we uploaded our last video. A lot's happened in the past year and some odd months. You might notice, for one, not in the basement anymore. So in this video I wanted to kind of bring you guys up to speed as to what's going on with the channel, the direction that we're taking, if we're shifting gears a little bit here, and then kind of where we've been for the past year and some odd months. So I apologize that we've been gone for so long, but we've wanted to bring back the content. We've got a bunch of things planned for the channel. It's just going to take a little bit of a shift. So before we get into the future, let's talk about the past. Where have we been for the past year and some odd months? So without going through like chronological order, let's just kind of go through like the highlights of what's been happening in the past year and some odd months. So first, you might have noticed that we're not in the basement anymore. So in 2019, we actually moved to a new house. We've got basically a dedicated room for our studio work as far as YouTube, content creation, videos. This is basically where my workspace is. We store all of our games back here. And let me tell you, it's so much better than the basement. I'll never forget filming and editing and starting out down there and kind of cut my teeth and getting all that getting the work done that I need to get done in that location, because it kind of keeps you grounded, right? Coming out of that basement and working in an actual like above ground, there's windows. In fact, there's windows on all the walls except for the two behind me. Well, in fact, there actually are windows, but we're basically on like an enclosed patio space. We've got our own heat out here. We'll have an AC unit as well during the summer, so we can use this space all year round. But having a dedicated studio to not only film but also edit makes a huge difference. We have space, a couple different sets in this actual space, so we don't have to rely on one location to edit, shoot, film, and for everything. It's we've got this space, we've got this corner over here, we've got that corner over there, and then we've got this corner over here where I'm editing. So we've got plenty of space to kind of grow and give you a little bit of variety in the content that we're creating. This will kind of be like our main setup for this channel, where you'll probably see the majority of the videos being made. We've kind of got our game set up in the background. We've got our table for kind of explaining what's going on, doing game reviews, things like that. The table is adjustable, so it's in its standing position now. We can adjust it down 6 inches so that we can sit and play games and things like that. So this new studio is really, it's kind of like the highlight of the channel, the adjustments that have been made. So continuing on, I changed jobs. So I left my current job of almost 8 years at a call center, supervising somewhere between 60 to 75 to 100 people, making phone calls for specific clients. I left that job and started working at a hospital in the IT department. And man, has that been a huge change. I've never really been a part of that technology field before, where I'm kind of helping people walk through things. But customer service has always been like kind of a focal point, like a center point of like my business plan, as far as my business, as far as my what I bring to employers and things like that. So changing jobs really was kind of a huge step for me, because I was comfortable where I was. I wasn't making the money that I would like to make, and I was putting in a lot more hours. So a lot of that kind of got rectified with this job change. I'm traveling a little bit more, especially with us moving further north. I'm traveling about 25 minutes a day to my work, and then 25 minutes back. But my days are exactly 8 hours. I very rarely have to work over. I'm pretty much self-reliant. I don't have to rely on other people, throughout the day, which is great. And I work 8:30 to 4:30. So, it couldn't get better. I get off just in time to miss traffic on the way home, and I go in, early enough to where I can, get up and get moving. So new job. We in 2020 we actually have been blessed with our third child. We found out that we were having a baby boy coming up this August. So we're excited about that. Our little rugrat Sawyer is getting bigger. Eli's getting bigger as well. But family is just growing. So with that comes a lot of changes, and that's kind of what you'll see. We'll talk about the content here in a minute. So those are some of the big changes that we've made going forward. We've upgraded camera equipment, and that's related to another thing that's changed, and that is I started my own business. I'm now doing wedding videography and videography for businesses. So a lot of the equipment that we used for the channel previously has all been upgraded. So we're no longer recording videos on a webcam. We're using an actual video camera with studio lights, studio microphones, like actual professional equipment, which I guess is kind of it's kind of a benefit to starting that type of business is having, running a YouTube channel for gaming, yeah, you can get away with the crappy microphones and the webcams and things like that, and that'll work just fine. But when you make that step up and upgrade that equipment, it really kind of makes the process seem a little bit more professional, a little bit more real. And tell you what, I've never been more excited for this channel. I know we haven't been uploading at all in the past year. But some of the stuff that we have planned going forward and getting back on the horse and all that is really kind of got me excited. So I started my own videography business, and that was in late 2018. That's kind of why the 72 DPI channel kind of took a seat on the back burner, was because I was doing a lot of editing, I was doing a lot of marketing, advertising. Starting a business is not cheap. Starting a business that does not, it's not one of those things where you can just, I'm going to start a business. Like, there's a lot of steps that go into it. And unfortunately, some things had to take a wayside. But I think we're at that point now where I've kind of got a groove, and my business model and business plan is kind of flushed out to where, okay, I can start bringing back into my life these hobbies and things like that. We haven't stopped gaming. We've actually transitioned quite a bit into from video games into board games. I know we kind of talked about that at the tail end of 2018 when we started to slow down on the uploads. You started to see a shift in the type of gaming we're doing. As a family, it's an interesting kind of an observation, if you will. When it's just two people playing games, like Amanda and I, when we first started podcasting, you could afford to buy two Xboxes, or heck, even take for example, like the Xbox 360 and Halo 2. You could play two people on one system and you have no problem. So you're buying a $250, $300 product, $60, $50 game, and you're good to go. Fast forward to 2020, and you've got myself, Amanda, Sawyer, and Eli, who all want to play games together, right? That can get expensive. So, for example, take the the upcoming Halo release, the new Halo that's going to be coming out on the new Xbox. If the four of us want to play that as a family, we're going to have to buy 4 Xboxes. So what are they charging? $500? Let's just call it $500. So right there, you've got $2,000 in hardware. You've got $240 in software. Then you have to have Xbox Live to play together online, and that's a pretty big, investment to to play video games online. Whereas I can go down to my local game store, take $60 and, pick up a board game, a premium board game, and there's hours and hours and hours of fun inside this box. Right? And I'm not downplaying video games. I'm not saying we're going to completely do away with video game content altogether, but I'm just saying you're going to see a shift in our content that we produce. And it's not that we're dissatisfied with video games. It's really more of kind of like a budgetary type of adjustment. There are some games out there that we play a lot, video game wise. Take, for example, Fortnite. We play that as a family on a regular basis, only because we have the hardware to support it. Thank God for cross-platform play. We've actually got 3 different systems that we're running that on. So Eli plays on the Switch, Sawyer and Amanda are both playing on Xbox Ones, and then I'm playing on a PC. And I don't know what we wouldn't be able to play this game if it wasn't for cross compatibility. There'd only be 2 people playing at one time together. Obviously, if it wasn't for the cross compatibility, you could play separately, but having that ability to play together is huge. And I don't know if that's, I need to look into it a little bit more, but I don't know if that actually gets talked about very much, right? Having, the ability to play with someone that's on the Switch when you're playing PC and still have, voice communication and things like that. That's insane. So yeah, we're still going to be covering video game content, video game reviews. Are still going to, the Ball and Chain podcast is definitely coming back. We'll still be talking about what games we're playing, but you're going to see a switch. You're going to see a change. We're going to be talking a little bit more about board games. You're going to see board game reviews. You're going to see Let's Play kind of sessions where we sit down and play, a specific board game and record it and upload it for you guys. So kind of like gameplay videos for video games, but we're going to have, have it for a board game. So I'm really excited about that type of content. Some of the things that you're probably not going to see come back, or it's going to be a while before they come back. The Laundry Day stream, that's probably going to be something that kind of takes a back seat. The 8-bit, I'd love to bring that back. We're kind of working logistically how we want to set that up. Camera angles and things like that are going to be a little bit different when it comes to like streaming. So we haven't quite got that figured out yet. The podcast area is pretty much complete and ready to go. There's a few minor details as far as like microphones and boom mics and things like that we want to work out. But for the most part, it's ready to go. So you'll see the Ball and Chain podcast come back. You'll start to see this type of content where I'm talking to the camera about a specific product. I don't think we're going to be doing any kind of vlogging or anything like that. The other thing that we might, that you will see coming forward is some do-it-yourself videos. We've got a couple different board games that we want to kind of incorporate like customized pieces, I guess. So for example, we just got a new game from a friend called Trial by Trolley. It's hard to say. Trial by Trolley. And it's this great game. I will do a review on it. But essentially the board rotates every round. So it's facing a different person every round. So you're having to take this board and spin it every time. So the setup for that game is it's not complicated, but it's changing. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to actually build a Lazy Susan sort of thing. So we'll set the game board on, it'll set the decks of cards, and then you can just rotate the whole thing based on whose turn it is. So stuff like that, we're going to kind of take you guys through and show you how we built it, take you through that process. So that kind of will be more of a vlog-esque type of video. There's a couple other things, I'm working on a Mansions of Madness storage solution for the miniatures. We're also, speaking of that, we're also going to be doing videos of painting and coloring the actual miniatures themselves. So a lot of different content coming into work here. We're still, like I said, we're still going to be doing the video game reviews and video game discussion and stuff like that. A lot of that will take place on the Ball and Chain podcast. So anyway, guys, like I said, there's been a lot that's been going on. I really appreciate your patience with our lackluster upload, but you're going to start to see those things coming back one by one over the next couple months. So please stay tuned. If you're not subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the little bell icon so you get notified when we do upload videos. I'm not going to release any type of schedule or anything like that just yet because there's still a couple things in the air, and I just want to make sure that everything's solid as far as making sure the stream's back up and running. There's a lot on the software side and the editing side that I want to work on, but like I said, that content is coming, and I'm really excited for it, so I hope you guys are too. Again, make sure you get subscribed to the channel. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. What have you been up to? What kind of games have you been playing for the past year? So so the other thing I want to hear from you guys is what do you want to see from us as far as a gaming channel? Do you want to see more video game reviews? Do you want to see more gameplay videos? Do you want to see, more board game stuff? Do you want to see the do-it-yourself stuff? What are you guys kind of interested in? We're going to kind of do what we want to do as far as the channel is concerned, but we also want to incorporate what the audience wants as well. So, make sure you leave us a comment below. Tell us what you want to see, and we'll see if we can work it into the schedule. So I really appreciate you guys watching. Thanks again so much, and I look forward to see you guys in the next video. Take it easy.